Welcome back to the Textual Talk, the podcast where we break down the most important news in tech, security, and AI.
And we've got a packed show for you this week. We're diving into Anthropic's new Mythos AI model, the shocking $700 million budget cuts hitting CISA, and a really concerning lawsuit against OpenAI involving stalking allegations. You don't want to miss the discussion. Really concerning lawsuit.
Let's get to it. Welcome back to the show, guys. Welcome back. Sorry that we are so late, but we had some technical difficulties. But whenever you come to the show, please hit the like button. We got a good show for you guys. We're trying to change up the format, and we hope that you guys will like it. So shout out to y'all. I did post the link to leave voicemails. So if you want to leave us a voicemail and you want us to respond to your question, that is going to be the best way to get it, unless you leave us a super chat. You leave a super chat, we'll stop the live. We'll read your question before anybody else's. Let's see. And we'll do this too so you can see the chats. Now, I appreciate y'all wiggling in. I don't even know what the icebreaker would have been today or whatever. Did you see the guy? He was sitting in his car and he was talking about something. Did you know New York and Minneapolis are opposites?
No.
And he said New York is where, it's a dad joke, where the Big Apple is, and Minnesota is where the Minneapolis.
Oh my goodness. That was a good one.
So I thought that was a good one. But no, they didn't see you last week. So what you been up to? Lituation?
Y'all, your girl been stressed. I've been finishing up this book that was already finished, but I went through and I was like, oh, I could add this here and I can add that here. So I finally finished doing all of that. And I will be releasing my book, Hostile Takeover, on April 27th. So stay tuned for the details. It's going to be nice and juicy. Thank you.
Real quick, though, what is the book about? And then how can they get the book once it's released?
Yes. Okay. So this is so exciting. The book is about a girl who meets a guy, right? And the chemistry's there. They hit it off. It's a 10 out of 10. And they go on a couple dates and things are going good. And she loses a friend. And so she's feeling lonely. And she's like, I want to invite him over. But before I invite him over, let me hit up one of my homeboys to do a little background check on him. And the background check is when everything goes south. So she finds out basically that he's a fraud and a liar. And she confronts him. He still lies. So she blocks him and he can't handle it. And he starts stalking her. But I talk about it from a technical perspective as well as an urban literature perspective. So if you're into street lit, urban fiction, and you also want to learn a little lesson, it'll be perfect for you. But it will be on Amazon. So it'll be available for there. It'll also be pretty much anywhere you can buy a book. It'll be able to get it there. Barnes & Nobles, all the bookstores.
Wow. Hats off to you for saying that. Let me ask you this. Will we get a paperback version?
Yes, it will be, actually. That's what I prefer. And that's what most of my readers prefer.
And will you be autographing them things? Will you have a
Yes,
sign-up
I'm going to do a book signing. It'll be in June. I haven't actually confirmed the date yet, but it will for sure be in June, probably towards the end of the month, probably after Juneteenth.
Perfect.
You coming?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Where is that? Kalamazoo?
No, it's going to be here.
Okay. But no, I ain't been up to nothing. Like we said, we was talking about earlier about different shows and stuff that we've been watching, and outside of probably doing consults and some stuff that I need to put out in the newsletter that I forgot about. And while I'm here, I had fun last week, actually.
Oh.
Just doing the reactions to some different stuff because of one of the topics I did was all y'all resumes are starting to look alike. And this is coming from everybody that does the same programs, and they give them the same type of template on the resumes. And also just so for me, and this is what I always like to tell people, kind of what separates me from everybody else is that, of course I can make your resume look good, but I'm focused on how you're going to perform in the interview.
That part.
And how do you know the stuff that you have on your resume doesn't make sense, or why, that can be happening. And I actually had a call with a guy who actually is a tier 1 SOC guy, and he hasn't been able to get over the hump. And as we started reviewing the stuff, he was like, okay, yeah, I need to definitely probably, book some more time or get with you. Only because I made that post on my LinkedIn. I was like, hey, a lot of y'all tier 1 guys are close to tier 2 and tier 3. You just need some polishing. And the biggest thing that I find with a lot of you guys that are level 1 SOC analysts is that a lot of times you guys do not answer outside of the depth of your current role. So a lot of times the interviewer may be looking to see what would you do in the role that you're currently interviewing for versus what you're used to. And so a lot of you guys answer what you're used to doing, and that's why it leaves a little bit on the table. And so where I come in is that I force you to go past your typical escalation point and what would you do after something's escalated. And granted, some of you don't know because you don't get a chance to do that. When I first was working in the SOC, we were isolated from IR, and we didn't see the other part of what was happening when we escalated stuff. Mm-hmm. So once I got to that level to see what's on the other end, I could say, okay, this is typically what we would do. And that is how you can shine when you're doing interviews. Are no people here cleaning?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Whenever they come, just say. But the craziest thing that, we got on the lineup for everybody is we got Mythos for Claude, Project Glasswing, the Delve Mercor stuff.
Yep. We
have Rockstar Games had a third-party breach. And I know everybody been waiting for GTA 6. Do you play Grand Theft Auto?
Black people, you should drop that sound. But no, not for real. I used to, but as a kid, I was not playing it, doing the missions. I was going to go get the car and go driving and painting the car, changing clothes. Like, I was treating it like it was Sims for sure. You
know what I would want to do? Like, we had like my goal is to have like a bigger venue that like, it's like a content studio where we got different spots. Yeah. But one of the things I've been wanting to do for years is I seen this on back in the day. So the people who old, before the Reddit and stuff was hot, it was this site called, what is it? Imgur, IMGUR. I think that's what it is. And they had this thing where it was like you play Mario Kart. You ever play Mario Kart?
Yes.
This is Mario Kart for adults. Mm-hmm. It pretty much was whoever finishes their like alcoholic drink or whatever and comes in first wins. But the thing was you could not drink and drive. So anytime you need to drink, you're supposed to pull over and drink your drink and then get back on the thing and do it. So like I would love to do something like that, whether it's virtual or I got this thing where we plan something like that and people come do it because I think that would be pretty funny.
Okay, wait. Question. Mm-hmm. So they got the servers, right? The GTA servers. Mm-hmm. So with the new one dropping, what does that mean for the servers? Nothing?
I'm not the person to ask for that because I'm
finna get in the servers. Put y'all tags in there. We finna lock in this summer. We on the game.
I've never played. I've only seen like people like T Grizzly and them and like what they do on there.
City. I sound like I be on the game, don't I? Mm-hmm. I don't.
See, this is when we need Bay to give us the stuff because she the gamer because I'm a person that like I'm just now playing GTA 5 like seriously, and when I say play it, I mean like if I got some time, everybody sleep, maybe I play a mission or two.
But see, like you actually doing missions. I'm never doing that.
But everybody also does. My favorite franchise is Saints Row.
Is who?
Saints Row. So it's not GTA. At first, people thought it was like a GTA clone, but it's not GTA. Mm-hmm. It's its own thing, and then they kind of ruined it. So, unfortunately, that's kind of what I think about Saints Row. So, that's where we get with that. But if you wanted to get into the first summary with, like, Mythos, we are here.
Well, let's talk about it, y'all. So, Anthropic released a limited preview of a new frontier model called Mythos. They are deploying it with 12 core launch partners in 40 plus total organizations for defensive cybersecurity work under an initiative called Project Glasswing. The partner lineup is AWS, Apple, we have Broadcom, Cisco, CrowdStrike, Google, JP Morgan Chase, the Linux Foundation, the Big M, NVIDIA, and Palo Alto Networks. This is the backbone of the internet. Results so far, Anthropic claims Mythos identified thousands of zero-day vulnerabilities, many critical, across every major OS and every major web browser, many of them decades old. Now, if you think about that, we know what a 0 day is, right? So we don't need to really kind of break that piece down. But I think that it's important for folks to understand that Mythos was not trained specifically for cybersecurity. The capabilities actually emerged, on their own from just basically making general improvements in coding and reasoning. And I think that that is super dope. Anthropic's own red team said the same thing that makes it great at patching vulnerabilities makes it great at exploiting them. Same model, two different hands, two completely different outcomes, obviously. And that's why Anthropic is not releasing this to the public. And so they previously warned the top government officials that Mythos does make larger scale cyber attacks significantly more likely this year. All I'm gonna say is Anthropic been eating down. If you know, you know. They've been eating down. They got everybody on their knuckles for sure.
Yeah, and one of the things I actually wanted to bring up quickly with the Mythos thing was that I think it shook up the whole cyber thing.
I got a little background on that too.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the reason why it's not one of your average tools, what separates it from everything is chain exploitation. So most AI tools can find a single bug. Mythos actually can chain multiple vulnerabilities together, 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5, to build a more sophisticated attack path that no single flaw would enable alone. So Anthropic's red team lead Logan Graham said it has the ability to chain vulnerabilities together. You find two that don't get you much independently. This model creates exploits out of 3, 4, or 5 in sequence that gives you a very sophisticated end outcome. Mythos wrote a web browser exploit chaining 4 vulnerabilities together. It was a complex heap spray that escaped both the render sandbox and the OS sandbox. There was also a 17-year-old bug that was found. I think it's FreeBSD. They fully found and exploited that 17-year-old remote code execution vulnerability in FreeBSD, allowing anyone to gain root on a machine running NFS. Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Hold on, say that one more time.
It says, Mythos fully autonomously found and exploited a 17-year-old remote code execution vulnerability in FreeBSD, allowing anyone to gain root on a machine running NFS from an authenticated user anywhere on the internet. So no humans obviously involved after the initial prompt. There was also another 27-year-old bug that they found sitting undetected in OpenBSD for 27 years. So yeah, it's pretty powerful.
Yeah,
More to the
and
story.
just for the audience, FreeBSD is a powerful open source Unix-like operating system derived from BSD, Berkeley Software Distribution. So that's what that is. Somebody asked, will this make more work for vulnerability management? Actually, it make less work.
Yeah, literally.
VM management may be doing a couple of jobs now that this is out, but like I tell everybody with AI, everybody may not adopt it at the same time. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, I wanted to touch on the fact that when this was announced, and it seemed like Anthropic been doing this the last couple of months, the cybersecurity stock slumped when they announced stuff with Mythos. So iShares Cybersecurity ETF, which I've never researched, but I need to research that ETF, lost 4.5%, while CrowdStrike, Palo Alto, and Zscaler dropped about 6% each. SentinelOne tumbled 6%, while Okta and Netscope each fell more than 7%, and Tenable plummeted 9%. And it states this isn't a new phenomenon for sectors that's fallen prey to AI disruption fears, but I just think it's one of those things like it's all the scary stuff of like, okay, will we even need all these tools or what? And I think so. Like the fact that it's so powerful does have people scared, because what happens when a person who's helped these tools get this good in Anthropic is disgruntled? Mm-hmm. Like then the I don't know if you found that, but you know was it the open code, didn't it get leaked?
Yeah.
Or something like that, and then like all the crap with that. So it's like inevitable human error or people being mad or whatever. So I definitely thought that was interesting, like how much it's affecting the market. Because at the end of the day, that's literally only thing that matters to the shareholders. That's the reason why they can lay people off and the stocks go up.
I think that Anthropic been eaten down. I think that they've been putting out some heat for sure. And like I said last episode, if you are not getting in here playing around with some of these tools, you don't have to use everything, but go in, play around, and see what differences you can encounter in these different solutions.
Right. And then, so while we are here, Project Glasswing is
Let's talk about it.
Anthropic's defense-first strategy that they are giving the model to 12 core partners, including Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, and the Linux Foundation. And I think I also saw like JPMC and a couple of other companies that are in that. And let me see what I have exactly for that one.
CrowdStrike, Google, the Linux Foundation, and NVIDIA, Palo Alto.
I'm mad because this didn't do what I needed to do for specifically Glasswing, which is like the title of the whole thing. But give me a second. Let's see. I think this. There we go. I'm just gonna peruse through here. I'm not.
You're not going bone for bone?
Nah. Because I think this is one of the ways where they can get buy-in from a lot of different companies to pretty much say, hey, yeah, we're interested in using Mythos. Let us see what it is. But what I do know, even just from working in corporate so long, is how much stuff just don't get fixed because it's not a priority. And who's going back to check, this server that's been here for like the last 15 years or whatever.
What if they didn't even know about the server?
Exactly. So the partners of the organizations previewing Mythos include Amazon, Apple, Broadcom, Cisco, CrowdStrike, Linux, Microsoft, Palo Alto Networks, and I think that's it. And Anthropic said 40 organizations will gain access to the Mythos preview aside from the partnership. And it also claimed that it has engaged ongoing discussions with federal officials about the use of Mythos. I think that's so. With all the geopolitical stuff that's going on with Iran, critical infrastructure, that's honestly where I think Mythos could be best suited for to help. Now, the hard part about that is when it goes to critical infrastructure, a lot of that stuff is operational technology. So will Mythos do what it's supposed to do and only do that?
No.
Because you got to handle networks and OT environments. They're two different things. And it could do something that it perceives to be good as if it was on a regular enterprise network and shut some crap down and people could die. So I wonder, and like I said, hopefully an OT person comes here. This is something I'm probably going to ask Gabe about when it comes to Anthropic and OT environments. How they've been using that to help out stuff. Let's see. The news of Mythos was originally linked, like you already talked about, last month by Fortune. And Capybara. What is that? Capybara is a new name for a new tier of model, larger, more intelligent than our Opus models, which were until now our most powerful. The leaked document said, adding later, that it was by far the most powerful AI model we've ever developed. In the leak, Anthropic claimed that its new model far exceeded performance areas like software coding, epidemic reasoning, and cybersecurity, met by its currently public models that it could potentially pose a cybersecurity threat. Yeah, so it's stuff we already know. Oh, and it's a correction at the end. An earlier version of this article erroneously stated how many partners are working with Anthropic on Project Glasswing. There are 12 partner organizations through 40 organizations total that will have access to the Mythos preview.
I think that AI been doing this thing. I ain't gonna lie. AI been doing this thing. Now is the time.
But at what point? Like, I remember back in the day when I was in college, they had this thing that said like computing power doubles like every, I think it was like 18 months or something like that. Now it seemed like it's every other week.
No, every couple days, something. Anthropic don't get tired, okay?
But
every other day they dropping some heat, they dropping something new.
to what avail is it to increase this rapidly?
Well, I think it's exciting, right? I do think it's exciting, but I also think we should have some fears associated with it as well. I don't think it's like, this is so exciting. We don't have to worry about anything from a security perspective. No, it's exciting and it's also very scary.
Yeah, I think that because of like somebody, a watcher of the show sent me a video of
A watcher of the show.
yeah, watcher, supporter, same difference. He sent me a video of a robot putting some Ethernets into a switch.
Really?
In a rack. Yeah, on Instagram. And so combining like the ultra intelligence they're trying to already make with the robot wave, like a lot of the kids who made Stumble Upon a Stream or whatever, but I mean, might be too young, but we watched iRobot. Like, I ain't even being funny anymore. Like, we watched iRobot. So that's the type of stuff is like that like makes you like, okay, I get it. But at what point, what happens to everybody?
I mean, that's why we got to have some regulations.
But
like,
even the regulations.
I mean, we need to take heed and we need to go talk to Europe. We need to go talk to Europe and better understand, because they have something similar to GDPR, but for AI. I don't know the specifics. Maybe we can talk about that next episode. But we need to take heed from people who are trying to figure it out. Nobody has it figured out. This is an ongoing thing, but we can do more than what we're doing as a country to put some guardrails and restrictions and some order. We need some structure in place.
I agree. What is this right here? Hang on, because I got something that I wanted to read and it was not summarized for me. But it is from like the whole Delve fiasco.
Delve.
DE Lima Victor Echo.
Please. I hate when people do that when I'm on the phone with them.
But you know how often some
No, you can do
say,
it, but when they say those words, that's when I get irritated.
That's come from the Army. You got
this is not the Army.
Alpha, Bravo, C.
I'm aggravated.
Charlie, Delta,
irritated.
Echo. F is for Foxtrot.
Like that, I would be so quiet if I was on the phone and somebody started giving me their details that way.
Why?
Because that would irritate me. I don't know why. It just would.
It's funny. That's the thing I probably have remembered
Somebody
the most.
said tango.
What happened?
Somebody said tango in the chat.
Exactly. Tango, Sierra.
Get that out of here.
Zulu, Victor.
Z is in zebra, me.
That's the funny thing when the people don't know like the
Z
standards of it. You
S
start
is
saying,
in Sam. B is in bear. Me on the phone.
as long as I understand what you're saying, like that's because F and S sometimes can sound the same, especially
F and S, yeah.
on where you're from.
I say F is in Frank. S is in Sam. Yeah, like relax a little bit. Whiskey, tango, that's too much. It's too serious.
Let me see. So this was something that I wanted to. Is this right here? Yeah. Because we got a video from these guys too that I thought was hilarious.
Let's get it. Let's get it, shorty.
That made me think about 103. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
All right, so let me get my Cybershortieee bag. Let me switch this. Imagine a startup that promises to handle your company's most boring, grueling, and vital tasks. Security Appliance. It's backed by a Y Combinator valued at $300 million and run by Gen Z prodigies. It sounds like the ultimate Silicon Valley success story until an anonymous whistleblower reveals that the cutting-edge AI doing the work might actually be a group of people in a room halfway across the world, rubber stamping fake documents. Delve entered the scene in 2023, founded by Karan Kaushik and Celine Kaklar. I think I'm saying their names right. Their pitch was agentic AI for compliance. They claimed their AI agents could automate SOC 2, HIPAA, and GDPR certification processes that usually take months in just a few days. They were the darlings of Y Combinator's Winter 2024 batch. By July 2024, they had raised $32 million at a $300 million valuation. They claimed over 1,000 customers and said they've helped startups land nine-figure federal contracts. In mid-March, an anonymous Substack account called Deep Delver.
It's the eye contact.
I had to because that name is funny to me. Published a report alleging massive fraud. The author claimed Delve wasn't using AI at all. Instead, they were allegedly using certification mills in India to rubber stamp reports without actually verifying any security controls. Do I have any music for that? Let's see. I need a dun dun dun. Dun. That's what I was thinking about. I need that. Let's see. We got the next best thing.
Yeah.
The whistleblower claims that the investigation began after a massive data leak where client audit reports were accidentally exposed via a public Google sheet. The most damning allegation is that Dell software automatically generated fake evidence of board meetings, security tests, and internal processes that never actually happened just to satisfy the checkboxes for auditors. Now, I'm going to stop right here because in the tech beef side, we focus on people selling courses and all this other stuff. These people faking the whole company and running off on the plug twice.
Ran off on the plug twice.
He stayed at calling, I ain't calling back. Critics are calling this classic case of AI washing, where a company uses manual labor or basic templates while marketing it has a sophisticated autonomous agents. Compliance is the backbone of enterprise trust. If a company gets a SOC 2 certification through Delve that turns out to be fraudulent, every contract that startup signed is potentially invalid. This is sparking a massive conversation about Silicon Valley's fake it till you make it culture. People are asking how top-tier VCs miss these red flags during their due diligence. Both founders were high-profile young entrepreneurs, leading listeners to draw parallels to past scandals like FTX or Theranos. And
I beg your pardon?
I had to hit him with the Umar. So, while that is crazy, here's the even funny part, because let's see, we need to go to this link. And I'm not in the chat yet. Where are we? Is this it? Or is it right here? Hang on. I thought I put it in here. Let me see. Let me find it. There we go. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. I had this link and it was not in the but let me share that. Where we at? Let me put Shorty up here. Boop.
And we got a couple comments. So Bryce said, I also find it concerning that the first folks they met with were the banking industry. Clock it.
Where we at? Okay, let's get this for the good people that's supporting us right now. Let's share the screen, dog. Is it this?
Ran off.
All right, I'm gonna share this tab instead. There we go. And we need to do something like this. All right, y'all. Sorry. So let's look at this BS that they said right here. Let's look at it.
The co-founders and the CEO of Delve.
And I'm Celine, co-founder and COO.
Today, we'd like to address the anonymous allegations made about us and what we're doing to fix it. But first, we'd like to say that we moved too fast. And in hindsight, did not hit the bar that we hold ourselves to.
There's some BS already.
Let me finish where I give my thoughts.
It's not even nothing to finish, but I can tell, like, hey, listen, I'll be telling everybody the complexion for the selection. That's all it is.
We deeply apologize to our customers for the noise that we've caused.
In the past 2 weeks, our primary focus has been ensuring that our customers have confidence in our product. We've rebuilt our auditor network, offered every single one of our customers complimentary re-audits and pen tests, and improved the language in our product to clarify that templates are just starting points. We are incredibly grateful to the significant number of Delve customers that are already working with us to complete a re-audit. And as we go forward in the coming weeks, we'll continue to share more product demos so we can be even more transparent about what it is we do here at Delve.
And that said, this isn't the full story. We hired 2 independent cybersecurity forensics experts and analyzed that a malicious actor, not a whistleblower or a customer, purchased the Delve platform and proceeded to exfiltrate our sensitive information. The data extracted matches the timestamps and the sources shared in the anonymous posts, and we believe that it is being cherry-picked, misconstrued, and taken out of context to hurt us, our investors, our advisors, and most importantly, you, our customers. We're exploring every possible legal action and further have notified anyone that we believe has been affected.
Our mission is to modernize compliance, and as we grow, we are holding ourselves to an even higher standard, not just for our product, but for how we operate and communicate.
And we are not going anywhere. We've built this company to last and are going to continue building for you.
Thank you.
Man.
Okay, wait. Imagine a world where your company encounters some sort of crisis and you have to give a statement. Imagine that. Like, imagine if that becomes...
Hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, man.
That's how I feel about them right now.
That was so...
Cringe.
That couldn't have been more script. Okay.
Hey,
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the fact that they released a statement in regards to what's going on with the company. I'm not mad at all. I'm actually like, I like it. If something happens, is that what organizations will do? Because they typically release a statement that's written, not oral. So to me, it's funny. But that is exactly what they will look like when if that becomes a thing. That's exactly
It's
how
gonna come a thing with like a lot of AI companies.
That's exactly what it's gonna look like, though. Like the conversation, like that was so not personable at all. It was legal wrote that.
It's trash. They would have been better off sending it in an email.
Yeah,
It might have been a little bit more believable, but it's not. So we're looking at the comments right now. This, I guess, all these compliance people that say, I don't know if it's Karun or Karen, but he said, "Do you mind sharing a new list of trusted auditors in your partner network? I want to ensure our customers avoid them. Thanks." Let's see. We have a good amount of mutual clients. We appreciate the support and help during our assessments when using SecureFrame. I guess he works with SecureFrame. Our entire team has been working day and night for the past 2 years, and it's been no different the past 2 weeks, and we work around the clock. Get out of here. Look at people laughing at her comments. Working day and night to crunch more permutations and combinations of fake numbers.
But also they didn't have to release that.
They should have said nothing at all.
Thank you. As soon as you say something and you open up the doors, and then you post it on LinkedIn, a social media platform, you open up the doors for people to get in the likes and the comments and to hee ha ha y'all.
Classic deflection. This response doesn't address a single specific allegation. Not the 493 nearly identical SOC 2 reports, not the pre-written audit conclusions, not the leaked Google sheet, not the internal employee who came forward with recordings, and instead attacks the source, a malicious actor, coordinated smear campaign. TechCrunch ran 4 separate articles verifying these claims. Insight partners scrubbed their own investment posts. That's not a smear campaign. I have many friends building startups right now, And this is the kind of story that makes it harder for early stage companies trying to earn enterprise trust. When a $300 million YC-backed company gets caught like this, it doesn't just hurt Dev. It makes mid-sized and large companies more hesitant to bet on any startup. Address the facts, not the messenger. Let's see. YC is a community, not just an accelerator. The founders in our community have to trust each other, and we have to trust them. When that trust breaks down, there's really only one thing to do. We're not going to get into the details publicly. We wish them well. I don't even know who this person is. I'm not in that world, but I thought this was what you call it. Their YC site is just a 404 now, too. This is a new number. The whistleblower's analysis covered 533 leaked reports across 455 companies, and it showed the same auditor conclusion language, word for word, bar for bar, including an identical grammatical error across hundreds of clients. The whistleblower alleges that the two audit firms, Accorp and Gradient, did most of your certifications. Were those original audits ever legitimate to begin with? A re-audit only matters if the first audit was real. Which specific allegation in the whistleblower's 533 report analysis is factually wrong?
Again, this is what happened, and this is why this will not happen with larger companies, because it's opening up a can of worms.
Yeah, they're not putting it on here. They played themselves, but I did think this was hilarious. You see, they learned a couple of API and release. They talking like it's already written to say to the public. I mean, most things that are released like that, that's typically how it goes. It's released when it comes in. But I don't know, man. What are y'all feeling about Dev? How y'all feeling about Dev right now?
I think that I'm not mad that they made a statement. I'm mad that was a statement they made. I'm not mad that they made a statement.
I know people. Like I said, AJ had a GRC company. Other people got real GRC companies that's actually doing work that's not lying. And these people just flat out, like, the whole thing is, okay, one, cool, two, cool, but over hundreds, and you sitting out, that's the equivalent to if anybody worked in a SOC, you just copy and paste and put the same closed notes on every alert that come in. That's literally what that is, without even looking at it. Oh, here it is. It's related to this. And so when you get audited, that's what happens when you actually want to make sure you're doing the right thing. Hey, man, somebody did the same close notes 300 times. What's going on here with this alert? Did y'all actually research this, or they just did whatever? So, I don't know. It's just crazy. Let's see. We should have hit that this for them.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
Jerry.
Did you want to do the LAPD joint?
No, I don't. I'm just kidding. Yes, of course. I would love to talk a little bit more about the laptop. Okay, so when it comes to LAPD, LAPD got hit. Cyber criminals allegedly stole and leaked sensitive internal LAPD documents, including police officer personal files, internal affairs investigations, and discovery documents containing unredacted criminal complaints with names and medical data. The crew behind it was an extortion gang called World Leaks, a rebrand of Hunters International, known for hitting healthcare, manufacturing, defense contractors, and Fortune 500s. The twist is that LAPD said that the breach didn't touch their systems. It hit a digital storage tool belonging to the LA City Attorney's Office. A third-party tool. It looks to be about 7.7 terabytes, 337,000 plus files. Third-party risk is one of the most underestimated gaps in cybersecurity. If you've been around and you've listened to the pod over the last year or so, we've constantly talked about how third parties result in companies being compromised. And it's really difficult to also kind of gauge security of a third party company or a vendor, for example, if you don't work there. So I just thought that was really interesting. When you think about an extortion gang, they are basically just criminals who are trying to steal and threaten to publish whatever it is, whatever your data may be, unless they are paid. So basically kind of what we see in real life and what we've seen unravel in movies. And then you also have the idea of third-party risk. So if you're not familiar with third-party risk, it is exposure that's inherited from vendors and tools that you use. So, for example, if I have a company, a small home office business, and I'm using someone's software solution, that could be considered to be like third-party. If they get compromised, now my business compromised, and so on. And then you also have the concept of what third-party tools you have access to within your organization, and then what sensitive data do those third-party tools have access to. So there are like guardrails and different things that you can put into place, but I just thought it was interesting. We know LAPD and probably New York are some of the most painted police departments in the U.S., so I thought it was interesting that they actually made headlines and that, yeah, they got hacked.
So what happened to Detective James Carter?
What movie is that?
Rush Hour.
Why was I thinking Power?
I have no clue. When Power is set in New York.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's set in New York.
Wait, Rush Hour's in L.A.?
Yeah.
I don't think I knew that.
Detective James Carter, LAPD.
Oh, well, duh.
Yeah, and then he
Don't pay no mind to me. Don't pay
you
no
a
mind.
black man with a Chinese restaurant on Crenshaw.
I think it's interesting when, again, most painted police departments, something happens with them from a technical perspective. Like, we know LAPD is, imagine the caseload. It said that there were, internal affairs investigations. Like, imagine how messy that can become. If you have a case going on, and these investigations are like misconduct, abuse, harassment, all type of different things. So just like imagine that falling into the wrong hands.
Yeah.
And then, somebody can be like, I don't know what they got going on at LAPD.
Man. It's funny because Bryson actually just talking about if we're going to talk about the Rockstar hack. That's on the docket.
Rockstar lifestyle might not make it.
Let's see where we at with that. Actually, I probably can get to that next.
Pension base.
Where I'm at. Or is it here? Okay. And I gotta double check that's the right thing. But
Tell us.
let me pull the article up just to verify it too. Okay, yeah, so it's about the right thing. Where is? All right, there we go. So Rockstar Games confirmed that it was hit by a third-party data breach, which is pretty much common now. If they can't get the main person, they're going to hit the third party. So an experienced hacking group has claimed to have infiltrated Rockstar Games' cloud servers, while the game publisher has confirmed there was a third-party data breach. And for y'all that have been keeping up with the show the last couple of weeks, y'all familiar with the name Shiny Hunters. They've been leaked to data breaches targeting Microsoft, Google, Ticketmaster, and others. They posted a message on the website with the final warning to Rockstar to pay or leak. The hack was first spotted by HackRead and the cybersecurity guru, or cybersec guru. They didn't detail what Rockstar data it gained access to, only adding that the company had until April 14th to reach out, or that the group would leak the compromised info that would lead to several annoying digital problems. Rockstar Games confirmed the breach to Kotaku, explaining that a limited amount of non-material company information was accessed in connection with the third-party data breach, and that the incident had no impact on our organization or players. Previously, Rockstar had to deal with a major hack that led to a leak, including plenty of gameplay footage and assets for Grand Theft Auto 6 in 2022. Following the hack, one of the 18-year-old members of Lapsus Group responsible for the leak was sentenced to an indefinite hospitalization.
What?
Hey, that ended, that's not how I expected that thing to end. That's crazy. Bro was sitting at the house and all of a sudden, he was like, man, what's going on? But I don't know. It's fairly short, but that's pretty much what's happening with all the third party stuff and the exports. And if we go back to what we were talking about earlier, this is precisely why Mythos is not released to everybody. That's why. So think about what they would do if they had access to Mythos.
That part.
Because they are.
But you saw what the red team who working on Mythos said.
What they say?
It can do all this good, but it's equally as good it can also do a lot of harm.
Man, we finna have Mythos gonna be creating freaking Power Rangers and everything. Like, that's what it's gonna get to.
What if we could make our own Power Rangers? What would your superpower be?
My superpower would be teleportation.
Mine would probably be that too, or that combined with disappearing, like being invisible.
I think disappearing a little freaky. I always said that because everybody know one of my favorite shows is Naruto, and like Dragon Ball Z, Goku could teleport like this, but he had to think about it. The yellow flash, like say for instance, like earlier you said you had car trouble and you was like, hey man, something going on with my car. And on Naruto, whatever he touches, he can mark. So let's say I already marked your car. Mm-hmm. So within a second, you be like, where you came from? And that's why like teleportation, specifically like yellow flash, that would be mine. But I don't know. Rockstar should be fine. I know a little bit of like, I got some friends that work with the org.
Don't you like those drinks?
You talking about the drinks?
Yeah.
No, I never liked Rockstars.
Oh, okay.
I was always.
What you was drinking?
I was always when I finally did in the energy drinks.
I hate when people drink energy drinks. I don't know. It just bothers my spirit. And I say something to you every time you have one. They're not good for you. They're not good for you guys.
Hey, Bum.
And he has one every time
Bum
we film.
and what you call it? If y'all see this, y'all need to sponsor us. Bum is fine. I don't drink the crazy stuff, right? Like my stuff it's not for energy. My stuff be more for focus, so I can just focus. Speaking of, I like Vegas bombs. Do you like Vegas bombs?
That sounds like nothing I would ever have.
Really?
What is that?
It's
It's an alcoholic drink.
It's like an up and down.
And it's to me, first of all, it's giving beer. Is it giving beer?
No, it's good. It's not like a green tea shot. It's Red Bull.
First of all, no, I'm not drinking nothing with Red Bull in it.
Man, it's good.
I promise you, it's not for me.
I bet if you have it, you I like it.
I bet you I wouldn't.
Oh, somebody said this would be telekinesis. Okay,
What
Professor
does that mean?
X.
What does that mean again?
You seen X-Men?
Oh, when you can like...
You can move stuff with your mind. You've seen Matilda,
I've
right?
seen it, yeah.
That's what
As a kid, I was over there talking to a cup, trying to move it like her.
Yeah. That's
Stupid.
She had. I mean, we thought we could turn Super Saiyans.
We thought AF.
Everybody's seen the Super Saiyans one. I think actually what I'm going to get to now is the fun part of the show that people love, the red post.
Let me find some.
Appreciate everybody that's tuned in right now. Like I say, share this out for the people that need to find the good stuff. After this, I think we got one. We may get into the other article, or we may just get straight into the reactions because I think y'all really enjoy those. So let me see. I just stayed them. I don't use Reddit that much, y'all, but I come on here to find save stuff for y'all. Okay, this is a good one. The person said 100% getting fired tomorrow, PIP related. You all right?
I gotta sneeze.
It's
sorry.
okay. Here, I'll take you off the camera so you can sneeze.
Okay.
I almost switched it to you, and they was like, "Dang, we watching the sneeze. You good? I got it." I'm 24 years old. I'm 24 years old with 2.5 years post graduating with my BS in computer science. I think he meant it like experience. Still getting my feet wet. I did 2.5 years in software QA as a lead. Started working while I was in school. Then I got my CompTIA Security Plus to get experience as I wanted to get into cybersecurity. 2 months after getting that cert, I came into my current role as an IT auditor, which I really enjoyed the work. Red flag should have been seen from the beginning. The team was really small, like 9 people total. When I was maybe 4 months into the job, the most senior auditor who was my age and had only been there 1.5 years left for a better opportunity. And then a month after that, my manager got fired, making me and another dude that got hired the same day the most tenured auditors on the team. I started directly reporting to the VP of Audit Department, and expectations changed overnight. I went from getting positive reviews to suddenly being on a verbal warning. And then a week after the warning, I was put on a 30-day PIP. My technical skills seemed solid. My soft skills, sure, needed development, but I was starting to get critiqued on email length or working remote when I was sick, things that seemed really small and not a reoccurring problem that should have resulted in such a drastic decision. I'm humble enough to know if I'm messing up or if I'm not qualified for a job, but this just wasn't the case. I'm new. I felt like I was picking things up really quickly, but it still wasn't enough. Anyway, I have a sudden 8:30 a.m. meeting with my boss in HR tomorrow. Even though the last day of the PIP is next Thursday, I started applying to jobs as soon as I was on a verbal warning on March 10th. I also connected through a mentor-mentee program with the guy who is retired and has been a great resource. I'm trying to do all the right things, but I'm still just devastated and scared. Edit number 1. It's 8:50 a.m. Eastern here. Got my desk belongings in the box. Times to be a barista as I job hunt. Let me see if he got any other edits to this. Now, y'all know my motto. If you see a PIP, it's time to dip.
Hey.
This one person said, for I guess the newbies, he said, for future advice, anyone reading this, a PIP is usually a reverse 2-week notice, as in your employer is telling you to leave, but with less liability for them. As soon as the PIP was issued, I would have been looking for another job ASAP, regardless of how great you think you are on the job. I've seen a lot of PIPs issued at places I worked and have never seen someone come out of one and keep their job for long. At most, the person received another PIP right after the completed first one and didn't survive the second round.
I beg to differ, though. I think that I know people who have been put on PIPs. And sometimes people do need to be put on PIPs so they can get a reality check because they got too comfortable in their role, or they decided that they weren't going to put their best foot forward, so they had to have that reality check. So I know people who have been put on PIPs and who have gotten off those PIPs and who have been able to stay with the company and soar. Obviously, everybody's story is differently, but I don't like how we make it seem like some people don't need to be on PIPs. Like, some people do need to be on PIPs. Point blank, period. It's not all about it doesn't have everything to do with you not performing well in business things and shareholders and stakeholders. Sometimes these people suck in their roles. Sometimes these people need to be put on a PIP. Point blank, period. And it's a hard pill to swallow when someone tells you that you're not performing well or you're underperforming.
Yeah.
It's a one thing if we know the circumstances and the scenarios where it is unfair, but we're not going to pretend like some people didn't deserve a PIP.
Yeah, so
I don't care.
I've been where there have been people that needed a PIP expeditiously.
Yeah.
So in those times, it's warranted. But sometimes, like, I know a lot goes into, well, at good companies, a lot goes into just putting somebody on a PIP. Have you verbally warned them X amount of times?
No, facts.
Have you even, are they trained the right way? So you got to go through all these boxes, make sure it's not on y'all.
Because sometimes it do be on the company.
And then you put them on a PIP, and most of the time they out of there.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can't even, you got to let somebody go through their PIP experience,
but sometimes,
so they can learn.
And sometimes it's a lot of layers to the PIP, because sometimes you've been getting on their nerve as the employee. You've been getting on their nerves. They didn't train you well, and you've been getting on their nerves. And so instead of them acknowledging, hey, we dropped the ball here, they will put you on the PIPs at some places.
And some things, other things. So back in my time at Opta, we had a guy, nice guy, just was not a good fit for the client at all. And we were just, everybody was just complaining about this person because it was just like, they never took notes of what you told them. So every time you work with them, you know, like, I can go find a message from years ago and like, man, I'm working with so-and-so again today. I know he's going to ask me a million questions. And that is like, this goes into a lot of the people who want to be entry level sometimes. I'm like, man, just give me a chance. I'm like, they want to, but if they got to continuously train you all the time, they don't have the time that you're taking away from somebody else. Mm-hmm. And it seemed like they just was not getting it. So I think they are on a different contract now at the company, and they're doing fine. That was more their speed. So that's one of them things as well. If possible, like, move somebody to a different department. I wouldn't say just fire them.
I'm pro advocate too for moving somebody around. Like, look, this is not a good fit for you, but we still value you as an employee, so we're gonna put you here. But I think that two things. Mm-hmm. let's dive a little bit deeper into this PIP situation.
Go
So
ahead.
one, when you know that you deserve to be on the PIP because you have not been performing, you know you haven't been performing for whatever reason it may be, then you get the PIP and then you have a sour attitude about it and you don't improve your performance, yeah, you're going to get the boot. If you take it to the chin and turn your behavior around, if it is behavior related or performance related,
Right.
what can they say to you?
So this was a good one. He said, "Is it better to get fired so you can get a severance or quit?" Definitely better to get a severance. Definitely better to get it laid
It's
off.
never better to I don't think it's wise right now to quit. I don't think so. What are you getting out of that? Nothing. Let's say you have a family. Let's say you need some medicine, some health insurance. This is not the time to just be quitting your job.
Yeah. But you know that in some instances they're giving people PIPs just so they can manage them out the company or get them out from there.
I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying that people do be deserving.
And I think the
them PIPs
VP
sometimes.
who the guy was reporting to, they should have been the person doing all the stuff, not him. How I'm going to get mad at the guy who just started probably 5 months ago that he's not doing his job as the lead and he's not a lead yet.
Them being the most tenured people.
Man,
Yikes.
plot twist, he probably worked for Dev.
I'm screaming.
Plot twist. And I found another one that I thought was really good because it's kind of stuff we don't talk about. Like, so in so many instances, we always talk about, getting into cybersecurity and everything else and staying or, what have it. However, gotta have that right there whenever I pitch.
I'm screaming.
So this guy said quitting cyber after 7 years. 4 months ago, I decided that quitting was the best option after 7 years working for mid-low consulting companies on architecting and engineering cyber infrastructure. I couldn't bear anymore, and it's not just AI, it's everything. So I'm going to even pause it right there real quick before I keep reading. Mid and low. When you're at one of them small companies that just taking any kind of contract and making promises that, they know that y'all really can't deliver, it makes your life a living hell. I had a client where he was at this MSS SOC, and them little cheap MSS SOCs take all type of contracts and the work be bad. It'd be so bad where people just be want to go either do another job or get out of cyber because they experience so bad. And I tell a lot of people, it's like, do you really want to get out, or is just your role right now bad where you're underpaid and overworked? And most of the time when people are paid appropriately and not overworked, they are fine. So I know for a fact that's something that they may be running into. Cyber was always a thankless job. You have to work with scrapes they send you just because upper level management and investors think you are an expense. They really don't see a value on it because why expend $2 million contract on a FortiWeb renewal if you can pay the ransom $1 million? The term risk acceptance is often used by CISOs that shouldn't be in that position anyway, and CFOs that want shareholders happy. I agree. That was actually something I brought up, talking to a recruiter the other day about risk acceptance and being in different organizations and getting adjusted to different cultures. And hey, why would you want to pay, the $3 million ransom when you could have probably spent, $300,000 on payroll to prevent the stuff from happening? So you got a point right there. And AI sits on the top of it. There was always a battle between sales and engineering. They would debate whatever the solution was to have the best money value to the customer. And sales will always say a dumb thing because they are not technical, and the engineers have to step up and make them redo the project. But now this balance is over. Because of AI, promptitudes know everything. And you expect that your CISO or head got you. Ha ha, joke's on you. He's the master prompter. The lying. Paid for red teaming and black box testing. Ha ha, drops a Caldera and red teaming get at the customer. SOC. Just an automated SIM dropping AI responses about your spams. Cybersecurity professional, just a guy who has all this bunch of certifications that he didn't just study for. Hello, drop sites. And don't get me started on the cyber jobs. Cyber jobs are skyrocketing. The jobs are there, but they will not hire you because they need experience or a certain vendor certificate because management don't know how to hire people based on their base knowledge. You got just certificates. You poor juniors will have a bad time. I suggest you hold on. Don't see my post and give up everything. That was my approach and only mine. Let's see, good comments here. Consulting is not meant to produce outcomes. You're entertaining the circus while the clowns are hiding behind their suits.
That 8.
Let's see this one. I'm so happy to report that it could be different in certain fields. I do DFIR work for a forensic services provider. We're consultants, but the clients actually listen to us. And more often than not, tries to implement our recommendations. Some don't, but that's because those companies are somewhat hopeless to begin with, which is probably why they got breached in the first place. It helps a lot when your work means you come in only after a breach has occurred and everyone's afraid, but also motivated and eager to listen to what you have to say. And let me see if there's any more interesting things I see. One guy said, you'd be a lot happier in an internal position where your voice matters and you can better align your work for your stakeholders' goals. And it's easy because you have formed a relationship with them and you understand each other's skills. Yeah, so I totally agree. I think he's had a bad look for the draw. He probably was at that company for a long time. Like I said, you are consulting. You're brought in to being a consultant. That doesn't mean they're going to listen to you. And
Definitely don't mean they're going to listen to you.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot for sure. But you had to add to that.
I just think it's a people thing. A lot of people don't have a lot of emotional IQ. I think it's important for sometimes it's not you, it's just you're not a good fit for that particular person or business unit or stakeholder that you're working with, which does suck.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, since we are here, let me get to some of the fun stuff that the people are watching. And I got something that we actually can react to. That'll be fairly interesting because I know they're so used to us like having a lot of. Where is this thing at? Episode 205. Where is it at? Anybody know do you know the little black dude that work at Best Buy that's always happy on TikTok?
Yes.
Okay.
And he went on the Micro Center.
No, don't talk about it.
Okay.
Don't talk about it.
I'm on TikTok like that.
Me too.
I'm on TikTok like that.
So I was ghosted after a girl agreed to go on a Micro Center date with me after I matched with her on the Hinge dating application. Because I had matched with her, we've been talking for a while, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks. And I asked her if she wanted to go to date to Micro Center, which she agreed to Micro Center in Fairfax, Virginia. Then I still planning it. I asked if she needed a ride. She told me she already had a ride. Cool. So then a day later, I asked her, hey. So like a couple days later, I asked her, hey, you still up for the date? No response. So, yeah, I guess I'm just meant to be alone in this planet. Looks like that's just how it's gonna be. I mean, I do have my Asus ROG Ally handheld computer with me wherever I go. But I guess I'm just supposed to be alone in this life.
Oh, bud.
I
like him. He just got to find like the girl that's for him. Like he needs someone that's like, I don't like the term nerdy because they try to use that against us, the smart people.
But go ahead.
They better be nice to him.
I'm trying to figure out, is he really on the spectrum or is he playing? Because I
don't think he's playing.
I be seeing him do all type of
I don't think he's playing at all.
You seen the videos where he be shaking his head, yeah, that's me and all the other stuff?
Yeah, I don't think he's playing.
But like, you know, a lot of I love like the discourse that this brought, right? And I'm only saying this because I probably got.
What was the discourse? Because don't make me mad.
We'll talk about it. And I'm really why I'm doing this because we have obviously people that either want to get into tech or tech professionals that may very well be just like them. And I do think tech still has like a lot of guys who may be incels. Involuntary celibate.
Oh, wow, that's a thing I didn't know.
You didn't know that? No. Them dudes that be mad at hating women and stuff online, incels.
I never knew that was a term.
Meaning that they
you
won't.
You put me on game.
That's all that red pill stuff. But
yeah.
A couple of things though. They try to put all the onus on him, but if she agreed to go,
that part,
it's on her.
She should have. When she decided that she didn't want to go, because you don't owe people an explanation. She should have just said, "I don't want to go." She didn't have to tell him why she changed her mind. But I mean, I just feel bad for him. I don't like it. Be nice to people. Be nice to people.
The funny thing is, I like that I saw the girls was actually for it. Like, first of all, y'all get mad at him. Microsoft ain't cheap.
First of all, thank you.
She was like, you can build this thing from scratch. I think, truthfully though, he would. Even the girls, I think that like Micro Center, his best bet would have been, let's grab something to eat and then maybe go to Micro Center. Because like, depending on how long your relationship is, going to Target can be considered a date.
That part.
Like they didn't got that thing like a department store, so we should do a poll in here. I think you may be able to create a poll on the back end. I don't know, but would y'all go to Micro Center?
Hell yeah, I needs that.
And he finally got a cut and stuff. So I think he listened to the people that was telling him, "Hey, bro, get a haircut. You're gonna be straight." I told him because my brother saw my comment on one of his videos. I said, "Bro, we gotta get you in tech," because he loved Best Buy. I was like, "We got to get you a job."
He would love, like you say, he liked Best Buy. He would love being in a role where he can explain to somebody what's wrong and how they need to go about fixing it.
He'd be great in being a good sales engineer, honestly.
Yeah.
He got a lot of enthusiasm and energy. Young, he only 22. I seen another video.
Stop playing on bro top.
I seen another video where Buddy was saying like people talking about me. You know, I got 6 G's saved up and all. So I said, man, you doing better than most.
They don't even have $100
At 22. I know I ain't had that saved up, and I was already in the field.
Nah, I ain't
So-
had it at 22.
They lost, but you know what's funny? That goes into. Did you see a couple of weeks ago, like D.L. Hughley, like daughter was talking about
Something about
when she used to
Mary
talk to the
nerd.
guys with the flip flops and stuff like that.
She
and
said Mary the
now I'm with the
nerd.
nerd that's making me
Yeah.
old fashioned in our backyard.
I mean, I get what people say when, like, I have friends who be like, "Oh, you being a nerd right now," where that's nerdy, and I mean, they friends, so I don't take offense to it, but like, people do use that in a negative connotation. I don't take it negatively because that means that you know that I'm smarter than you.
But the thing is, you don't have to be a nerd just because you're talking about technology.
No,
you could be a
facts.
nerd for any subject you could
Anything
deep
that
dive
you're
on.
interested in, yeah.
So it's like you got people that's history nerds, English nerds, music nerds.
Are you a nerd? We're movie nerds.
Show nerds for sure.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm a nerd for anything.
Somebody
22,
said,
I had a refund check saved.
I know that's right.
Exactly. I think I saved about a little bit of my refund.
If you was really from the mud, you had to.
That's if you was getting one. Like,
I was definitely
think
getting
about
one.
we had people going to school. I'm not gonna lie. The ultimate play was you was from the hood. You went to school just to get your refund check and get you a Crown Vic.
That's trifling.
Everybody knows somebody that wasn't
That just
supposed to be in
irritated me.
school.
That just irritated
They got a box Chevy or something and they
A Crown
driving it.
Vic, get out my face.
Man, let's shout out to this person right here. Let me tell you, bro, your content helped me go from IT support to vulnerability management team. Appreciate you for everything. Nah, hey, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. That's a role that people don't think about. Vulnerability management, asset management. People really don't think about them, and they are unfilled. Every time I have a consult, and I'm like, yo, have you looked into IT asset management? What's that? I say, bro, one of the most important roles. If you don't know what you got on your network, you good as gone. Somebody said throw some foes on that bitch. Rich boy.
Rich boy selling.
Let me see. But I don't know, man. Would y'all go on a date with him? Because he's not an ugly guy. He may just be always into his electronics and stuff like that. But hey, the funny thing though is he's gonna be the guy if he get a girl, and I hope it don't happen to him. He gonna love him with all his heart, and that may be like the first heartbreak that turn him in the future.
Bro, stop playing.
That's how people turn into future. You know it is. Let me see the one that you had with the website joint. Where is it? Where is it at?
I actually had a couple to contribute this time.
Oh, this is one right here. This is one you sent me. I know this one for sure.
Just make it exist first, make it good later.
Your favorite childhood toy could become your next computer, called a Cyberdeck. Videos showing people engineering these homemade devices have gone viral on social media,
I'm so happy with how this turned out.
with users creating Cyberdecks using everything from Polly Pocket toys to old purses and other thrift store finds.
It's a DIY, typically portable laptop. It's based on kind of your needs and what you need out of it.
The project often starts with a low-cost credit card-sized computer called a Raspberry Pi, and the rest is up to you.
You're making it like separate from like your phone and your computer that you use daily. That's like super distracting, and you can have it set up for like whatever your hyper-focused interest is.
Maddie Brown uses hers to show WNBA data, but others online use them for reading, storing music and pictures, or playing games. Some are jumping on the trend to be digital but disconnected.
I ain't tripping, but them joints kind of like a Nintendo DS.
It's something like that, but for whatever your specific use case is, we should make one.
I think people are rethinking their relationship with things like their phones and their laptops. I think people want a piece of technology that isn't made in a factory anymore.
TikToker Austin Robertson says the rise in interest is due to people challenging their relationship with consumption and creation.
You don't really know how your phone works, you don't know how your laptop works. So like a really simple project that you can completely understand.
In an era shaped by AI and big tech companies, creators say cyberdecks are all about independence and control.
I think there's so much that makes this just the perfect niche to be a part of right now.
Would you make one?
If I had the time. I think I would. I would make one. What about you? You planning on making one?
Yeah. I don't know what, though. I don't have a use case top of mind, but absolutely.
This was another one I thought I was pretty funny. This right here.
And bring back Scantrons. And that's the problem. These kids ain't Scantroning no more. Back in the day, it was so stressful to make sure your number 30 in your booklet matched your answer on your Scantron.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember doing it? And that's the problem. These kids need Scantron. Bring back Scantrons.
He right.
I ain't mad at him.
Did y'all have to pay for y'all Scantrons?
No, that's poor as hell.
So
that just irked me. What do you mean did we have to pay for them?
In college.
No.
In Louisiana, they had removed funding. You could get them from a certain place for free, but you had to go and get them while you could because everybody would go get them at one point in time. You can get them from, I think it went from the TAC. I forgot what that joint was, but you had to go to the back. They had something in there. Or you said to somebody, hey, give me a Scantron. Between that one. But no, I thought this one was pretty cool because with everything that's going on with these gas prices, I felt this.
So I put up a video not too long ago talking about how it costs money to go to work, and a bunch of people got in my comments and made duets with my video talking about something. You can just use your feet. You don't have to have a car. You're just being lazy. Great, I'm using my feet right now and ain't even no sidewalk to continue walking. There's no crosswalk to get across this highway entrance exit ramp right here. I'm literally just standing here trying to figure out how am I supposed to cross this highway exit entrance area to get across the street. The only thing that made that safe today was that it's Saturday, so it's not crowded. But on a regular work morning or regular work afternoon, if I'm trying to walk home, there are places that are actually dangerous to be on foot. And I'm tired of Americans acting like we have good pedestrian infrastructure. There's so many places throughout the South where I grew up that...
I'm glad he said that.
No, that's facts.
That's one place the South lacks. And when I see these people going back and forth about, we don't want the dart rails in our thing because of this or that, I'm like, bro, that's how some people can get to work downtown and everywhere else.
Everywhere in this area is absolutely not walkable, which does suck because everybody, it is built like you have to, not you need a car, you have to have a car because there's no dart, there's no public. Some cities don't even have public transportation.
Right, like in Dallas you can get the dart for the bus, but I ain't seen dart in Frisco. I don't think I saw it in Plano, and it certainly ain't up north. So how else people gonna get to work?
That part.
So I'm agree with him because his initial thing was, hey, it costs money to go to work. And that's when you get the boomers and everybody saying, oh, y'all don't want to work. When I was back in the certain Sunday day, I bought my house. Mind you, I hit the J. Cole, mind you, boom, boom, boom. The house only probably cost it was probably a fourth or a little bit more than what they made. So let's say, for instance, they made $20,000. The house might have been $25,000. The house was cheap. Whereas now, even if you make $100,000, the same house that they bought for you would be $500,000 to $600,000.
Easy.
And they be saying, well, y'all don't want to work. I was doing, and interest rates was 14%. And I was like, fam, everything was cheaper when y'all came out. Like, stop. So I want him to keep cooking because he definitely making a point.
did not have sidewalks, and y'all know this. There are neighborhoods that don't have sidewalks. It's insane to me. I didn't even know that was real until I saw it. There are neighborhoods that don't have sidewalks. So you just gotta walk in the street. That's insane. So stop acting like, oh, the US is set up for you not to have a car. Oh, you can just take public transit. Where's the bus at next to your house? Go ahead, show me where the bus is to your house. All y'all that think, oh, you don't have to have a car, you can just take public transit across the nation. Show me in your rural country town how you gonna catch the bus to work. And the only reason why I'm being so adamant about this is because people, 40% of people have to commute because they couldn't find a job by where they live. And that's not good. People can't work near their house because there aren't as many options anymore. The United States doesn't have factories. We're not in a good place, y'all. So please stop acting like, oh, it's so easy to find work. Oh, it's so easy to go to work. Oh, it's so cheap to get to work. It's a lie, and it's making the problem in the United States worse because people keep lying or believing the lie. Y'all have a good day.
And this goes back to...
I actually stay somewhere that does not have... like local sidewalks in the neighborhood, and that's very bothersome to me. You know, I'm a walker. I like to walk and run and et cetera, be outside. That does not make the neighborhood enjoyable if folks can't get out and just walk.
Yeah.
No sidewalks for the whole block is crazy.
Yeah, I mean...
None?
That's crazy.
None.
Then mad when people in the street, like, where else I'm gonna walk at?
Literally.
And this reminds me too that a lot of people also have some lower paying jobs that could be work from home. And now these people have to spend their money to come to a job that don't even pay them enough to care about the job. So bring that into play. Mm-hmm. Like certain companies like that, they should pay those people. It's either like a certain account where, hey, this is like we pay for your tolls or we do this or that. We reimburse you for your travel if it's costing you that much to get to work.
They don't.
We know. None of the good ones do.
You know, some employers actually make you even pay for your own parking.
Oh, yeah.
Been there, done that.
That's how it was at GS. Mm-hmm. It was like they used some parking garage or you can pay. I was like, why? That's why I used to JPMC. I had to pay for no parking. I had to pay for my parking like, 2 or 3 times a day at whatever that little spot was. It's like right there on, what was that, Ross Street, whatever it's called. But I thought that was interesting. Oh, shoot. This is the one that you also put down. He built the website for the restaurant.
Hi, how's it going? The owner here by any chance?
I love this.
Yeah, that'd be me.
My name is Shaq. It's nice to meet you. Saw it online. I was looking on Google. I saw you guys didn't have a website.
Okay.
I make websites for a living, and I just wanted to come in here and show you. This was a site that I made for a restaurant called El Fuego. It's in Tinley Park. Feel free to scroll through it and look at it. Going around to local businesses, offering my services. You know, having a website is obviously super important to help get you customers when people are searching for like Mexican restaurants in the area.
How much do you charge?
It would just be a one-time payment of $400. Maintenance, security, updates, like if you guys ever have new images or new menu items or anything, it's a monthly charge of $50. You don't have to handle anything for the website. I handle absolutely everything. Whenever you need anything done, you just give me a call or a text and I can get that done for you.
Oh, okay. And then do an order online thing.
Yes.
How does that go?
Do you guys do online ordering or no?
They do it with like Uber, DoorDash, and Grubhub.
Okay, yeah. So people they use, do you know what Toast is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they use Toast, but I can integrate it with your DoorDash and Uber Eats. So like when you click the order online button, it goes right to their Toast online ordering. What I could do for you guys is I could have it right here when you click order online. I could have an option where it pops up like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, whatever you guys use, and then the person can select whichever one, and then it'll bring it right to your Uber Eats, DoorDash page.
Okay. Do you have a card or anything?
Yes, absolutely. Here you go.
Okay. All right. I'll keep it in mind, and then I'll let you know.
Yeah, just give me a text or a call or anything, and yeah, sounds good. All right, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. All right, talk soon. Thank you.
Okay, so pause. The reason why I wanted you to show this is because one, brilliant young man, he showed them their competitors' page, and I don't even know if he actually made the page for them or if he just mocked it up to be like, you know what I mean? That dude know what he doing. He know how to pitch himself. His price is very reasonable.
I think it's too cheap.
I was gonna say the same thing, but we don't know where he at.
Or maybe he's just trying to get his portfolio.
I love that. I bring that back because I don't want to say these kids these days, but we don't see a lot of in-person pitching going on these days. And that was solid. I don't have I don't have any recommendations on how he could have improved that because he ate it up.
Well, he did what he had to do. He got the job done.
That part. And she going to be thinking about that.
Right. And you know what I just thought about is it made me think about something that my homie was talking about. He was talking about how people paying like $4,000 and $5,000 for people to like do this AI consulting and like all this other stuff. And
look at my face.
But no. Let me tell you something. I sent him a link of this dude we know. He used to sell clothes and everything else. Tell me why this man got paid by Lil Baby and them to set up OpenClaw. I'm like, I sent him a text like, yo, if he doing it, we definitely should start doing it. And a client of mine, where's my phone? She actually texted me yesterday. So people don't think I'm lying. Where is it at? She told me, because it was something we was talking about during the week. She was saying, got my first AI agent and automation client. A little nervous, but excited. Because she has experience in corporate doing stuff with AI. But she was like, we just talking about the ways to go about it. And I'm like, a lot of people probably would pay, especially small business owners, because they just don't understand it. And that's actually how I feel about like just pitching them. Like, I do want to do that one day. If I ever find a small business, I can just go in and simple stuff about like, your passwords, this and that, like what y'all do, and be able to do that for them, and then have a couple of like it's meta glasses or something recorded. I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Agreed.
Let me see. He said, I think I saw his page the other day. He's done call the people business and speak to them about what he do. Okay. Cool. Shout out to so it's 49 of y'all in here watching, but it's not 49 likes on the video.
Now add that. We 50 deep. You know the song?
Bruh, man. What's up, man?
What song is that?
I roll with nothing but them.
Bruh, man, need love too. All right, one love.
So yeah. It's enough of y'all in here. Hit the like button, share this out, man. We need like 100 likes. We really need the show to start back moving the way it used to move like 2-3 years ago. For whatever reason, YouTube don't be rocking with us like they need to. And there's other shows that's like ours that, they can just put a simple title and they get millions of thousands of views. And we trying to do the same thing. So if y'all rocking with us, that's the least that y'all can do. Or for as low as $2 a month, or $24 a year, you can just subscribe to the Patreon and watch all our videos ad-free. I know a lot of people have been like, man, them ads killing me on the video. I was like, shoot, Patreon is $2 a month. That's the lowest tier. And then the more you pay per tier has different benefits. Like some benefits come with getting a free call with me. And if we got to throw Shorty in there to get a free call with her.
Oh. No, I'm just kidding.
We can do that. It's other options. Like if you see a higher tier, it's for a reason. And it could be beneficial to you. So definitely support the independent media, especially if it's other stuff that y'all want to see us do with the platform. That's going to take y'all support. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, I thought this was pretty good. She always, as you say, eats down. So let's listen to her.
Okay, so my last video about my hot take on MBAs in this market did a number on you guys. So here's part 2. Equally spicy, a little long, but you know how I roll. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, so here's my take on rebranding the MBA. I've placed executives at some of the world's most influential companies, and I cannot remember the last time a client asked me to find them a CEO, COO, or C-suite leader with an MBA. Let that sink in. I've spent years as an executive search consultant at Korn Ferry, Heidrick & Struggles, and now ZRG Partners, and I work at the intersection of talent and transformation every single day. I also hold a master's degree from London School of Economics, so I'm not coming here to bash higher education. I deeply respect it, but something seismic is happening in the market and nobody is saying it out loud. So here's the data bomb. Here's what the numbers are telling us. In 2019, 92% of corporate recruiters plan to hire MBAs. By 2024, that number had dropped to 71%. That's a 21-point collapse in 5 years. Bloomberg recently reported that every single M7 school, that's Harvard, Wharton, Stanford, MIT, Sloan, Columbia, Booth, Kellogg, Job placement outcomes have declined since 2021, and some of the top programs are reporting employment rates as low as 77% within 3 months of graduation. These are the best business schools in the world. At the same time, MIT Sloan just got ranked the #1 MBA program in the world by Financial Times. So the prestige is rising, but the market signal is going in the opposite direction. That tension should be making everyone very uncomfortable. And here's what I live every day in exec search. When a board or CEO calls me to find their next senior leader, they're not asking for an MBA. They're asking for proven operators.
I like that. That's what her hook should have been. They're not asking for MBA. They're asking for proven operators.
That's how she should the hook.
Yeah, I like that though, because I think a lot of people go back to school, they get the MBA, and they just think they in there.
I will also say where you get your MBA from does matter too.
Yeah, but even she just listed
Yeah.
the Yales, the Harvards, the Wardens, what she said, Kellogg and Princeton's and all them, their MBA rates like was dropping with people getting jobs. So I think it's more now, like we've been saying, about experience.
They're asking for someone who has led through disruption, who's built something from nothing, who's navigated complexity at scale. Full stop. The degree is not the differentiator anymore. The track record is. And honestly, it hasn't been for a long time. We just haven't been willing to say it yet. Now, layer in AI, because you guys asked me about it in the last video. And suddenly we're not just questioning the MBA, we're questioning what any degree signals in 2025 and beyond. McKinsey estimates up to 25% of work activities in finance and insurance could be automated. The functions that an MBA program have historically trained people for: financial analysis, market research, operational planning. AI is eating those for breakfast. So if the degree was already losing its signal value at the executive level, AI is now accelerating that collapse across every level. And the real question, this is where I want to push further, because if we were honest, we have to ask, what is a degree actually for? If you're becoming a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, you need that advanced credential. It's not optional. There's a licensing structure, a body of knowledge, a clear professional necessity. The degree is the path. But an MBA? An MBA has always been a bet on signal, a signal of analytical rigor, of network access, of ambition. And in a world of employers where you can see your work in real time, your track record, your LinkedIn, your portfolio, your results, the signal is weakening because noise is everywhere. And the reframe, what the MBA actually needs to become. So here's my take. The MBA doesn't need to disappear. It needs a complete rebrand. Right now, business schools are selling a credential. What they should be selling is transformation, a specific, measurable, applied transformation. The programs that will survive and thrive are the ones who stop producing generalists and start producing people who can do something distinctly human that AI cannot. Build trust, make judgment calls under ambiguity, lead through complexity with empathy, and bring people together around a vision. That's not a curriculum most MBA programs are openly marketing right now. MIT Sloan being ranked as #1 is exciting, but I challenge them and every other top program to answer this. What does your graduate know how to do that an AI augmented 22-year-old can't figure out in 6 months on the job?
She's saying a lot of good stuff. I think that, and it was one thing I wanted to touch on where she was talking about. It was, I know she said transformation, the AI. Dang it. I wish I would have just stopped it right there and talked about exactly what she was saying. Oh, when she was talking about the deep introspective trust and stuff like that, that's what they were talking about Mythos can do. That's the other funny thing is like, it was I seen some story that was saying where like, tech is going to change as we know it. Tech sales will still be here. And I'm like, man, it's going to get them out of there too. It's going to be bots talking to code, calling everybody. Bots talking to bots, trying to build trust. So, I don't know. So they came here and said, do I think the MBA is overrated? I've seen folks with MBAs. They are very rigid and have issues in the world. I don't know. I think it just depends on how you get it.
I don't think they're overrated. I think that times are changing. I do think that AI is definitely impacting education because knowledge is available so easily, so readily, and so free.
That's why she said, hey, they looking for people that's been through it. This person said, just join. No, Claude Mythos is in the cyber. AI is a bubble. The costs are going up for small and medium-sized businesses. American companies, what does it says, are facing a global backlash. I mean, we shall see. I do think that's the area of where I made a comment that fractional and C2C work is going to be becoming bigger.
For sure.
It's a guy, if you want to tune into the channel, Life at the Layoff, a great channel where he talks about this type of stuff and working and all the other stuff. So I think that's what's going to be at for the small and medium-sized business, where you can actually do some work for them, because they're going to need the expertise that they don't have. And everybody is, whether it's big, small, little, tiny business, don't think that they would get hit.
Mm-hmm. That part.
And anybody can get it, like AB say. We are talking about MBAs, not master degrees in tech. I have
Me too.
MS in technology management. That's what yours is in too? No, yours is cybersecurity.
No, mine's in cyber.
Yeah.
I just be thirsty to say me too. I mean, degrees in general.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Like she said, unless it's a doctor or something.
Or a nurse.
Yeah. Something in the medical field, like in the legal field where you have to get that social work.
I think they can make all of them like that if they want to restructure it.
Restructure it. Rebalance it.
They're going to have to. The way that people are going to stop going to school.
I went to LSE. I know what it means to invest in yourself academically beyond your
What's
undergraduate
LSE?
degree.
Gonna
It
look it
shaped
up.
how I think, I expanded who I am, and I'm not dismissing that experience for a second. But I also know when I'm on the phone with a Fortune 500 board looking for a $1 billion CEO, they are not asking me about transcripts. They want to know, can this person lead? Can they build? Can they win? And this is for every MBA out there. And before anyone comes at me in the comments, let me be very clear. This is not a dig at anyone who has invested in themselves and earned an MBA. I have so many people in my lives, friends, colleagues, executives, I deeply admire who have MBAs. That degree shaped them, the experience opened doors, and that investment meant something. This is not about them. This is for the person standing at the crossroads right
London
now,
School of
the
Economics.
ambitious, driven, hungry professional who is thinking about spending.
It stands for London School of Economics.
Oh, because I'm like Lake Superior, Lafayette.
Agent of Chaos says the thing that's going to get them by AI is the cost of memory. The models are really not as accurate as we think, and unless you have the money to invest in storage, your models are going to be failable. Okay, nice for that. She definitely is saying a lot of good stuff. I'm going to remove her from the studio because she's pretty much saying the same thing we've been saying. Like, hey, you need experience and you need to prove that you can do that without having. Pretty much just like asking people, certain certs dead. And I was like, no more. They just giving you jobs because you got a cert. I think I got a couple of more because this is the one for everybody, no matter if you into this type of stuff or not. It's stuff that people need to know because we see all type of crazy stuff that they watch on the computer
Your
all
work
the time.
computer is not private. I will say it again. Your work computer is not private. Yes, I am always telling you to put that shit in writing when it comes to workplace harassment complaints, when it comes to concerns about retaliation, when it comes for requests for disability accommodations, anything that you need to protect yourself, I am always going to tell you to put that shit in writing. However, there is a major caveat to this, and it comes in the messages that we send on Slack or Teams or in whatever other like workplace instant messaging systems you're using. What you do on your work computer is not private. You do not have a reasonable expectation of privacy. The company owns that computer. It owns the software subscriptions that you're using, and it can read your Slack and Teams and emails. They can see it all. So that private conversation that you and your work bestie are having about like how terrible your manager is not private and never was. And again, this is because your computer, the softwares, the apps that you use, that's your company's property. And probably in your employee handbook, most companies at least have them, there's some policy that says that the employee has no reasonable expectation of privacy in within the property of the employer, and that they have the right to surveil this kind of activity. I'm not saying that every company does. I'm saying that they have the right to, and you might have like agreed to it and signed on the dotted line when you got hired. And those
I'm going to say 2 words. Insider threat.
I'm gonna wait till she finished so I can cook. Do you know this my lane right here? Let me cook.
Or what your other one to say?
I think that y'all, these is not our cell phones. If you got to say something crazy, send a text. If you need to have an inappropriate thought, remark, use your mobile device that you own, that you pay the bill for, and share that messaging there. You have to be, they can look up everything. And I do mean everything. Previous versions, some companies, when I worked at PNC, someone was making an inappropriate comment about someone in leadership. Like, it was like talking about their physical appearance. And literally, they didn't even send the message. They were watching the keystrokes. Walked them out that day. It's not a game. It's not a game, and it's not worth it. It's not.
Like, what did they start the message off with?
I mean, I don't know what the conversation was, but I know that the person who got let go was saying that one of the managers, who was a man, like, was good looking, but the verbiage that they were using was obviously
Much more
inappropriate. And so, yeah, walked them out. The message hadn't even been sent. It was sitting in. They can see a lot of things, guys. Like, don't think that they can't. Anything that you do on there, they can see. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, then you got to be more clever. That's why the guys be saying like 2006 Golden State Warriors, or they be like 1985 Chicago.
Where are we
Bears.
going? Where are we going with this?
These are very good compliments. So the Golden State Warriors, like,
I'm aggravated.
They
aggravated.
won the most games, and they were very good. So if you compliment somebody, if you call them whatever level of that, that's that. But it's disguised as a way that HR not going to think it's nothing crazy.
That just irritated me.
Hey, you got to talk in code. You got to talk in code. You got to say, what year? What's my last, 5-time MVP, Peyton Manning? Like, say something like
This
that.
is how men talk. This is aggravating me.
But they don't talk like that. It's like the new kids be saying on TikTok. Like, now that I'm saying this, you're gonna see dudes say that.
This is not the birthday.
I don't like the you the birthday thing at
I
all.
love it. You don't like it because you can't think of one, huh?
Somebody talking about Omaha. Nah, it's Omaha is an audible. Well, it really don't mean, it can mean a lot of things if Peyton Manning behind center.
Just like the you the birthday.
So
why you don't like the you the birthday? Because you can't think of none?
Nah, it just seems stupid. it seems stupid. It's my birthday. I'm not the birthday.
You mad. You're not the birthday.
That reminds me of, it's not your baby. What the baby thing used to say on his song? That's the baby.
Wait.
He has had this thing on his songs. It's not your baby, it's the baby, or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, yeah, we got to be coded. Everybody got talking code.
I mean, we don't talk in code enough.
We used to.
We talk. You the birthday was finna be cold, for example. Now it's not no more.
Look, but you are the birthday. But no, we used to. But now they put everything on TikTok so people know what the slang
That's what
is.
I'm saying. So it's not. If someone can reasonably, what's the word?
You know, I just thought about that was funny. It's this. If I could pull it up on TikTok or you can find it and I'll play it. But I don't know if it was a skit or not. But the dude was like supposedly in jail in the court, and he got in trouble for saying something to a lady, and the lady read what he messaged, and he said, "Girl, you thicker than I think he said cold oatmeal," and then the dude did like this.
I know what you're talking about.
That video used to have me dead, man. Let her finish talking about privacy on the computers, because we can go deeper on that.
Same rules apply, for the record, even when you're working from home, even when you're on your own Wi-Fi, your Slack messages, your emails, your productivity time, that's all accessible information to the employer. And it doesn't matter if you're doing it at home or if you're doing it in the office. As long as it's on your work computer, it's their property. And I am not perfect at this, okay? I get really silly goofy in my team's messages with my team here in the office. But I try to remember, and I will encourage you to remember, that we should assume that everything we put in writing on the company computer is being read, is being monitored, even though there's a chance that that's not the case. Even though it might be you should operate and I should operate. I'm reminding myself here that we should all be operating under the assumption that everything is being monitored and that your boss is going to see it, or the owner of the company, or whatever the reporting structure is. That's how we should be operating. And the last thing I'll say on this is what I tell my clients, which is things that are in writing can be discovered in discovery, and they can be slid across the table to you at deposition. I've had many a client have to sit with a stack this big of their text messages with their work bestie, where they are just saying things that they never thought would be read out loud at a deposition. So take with that what you will. Keep in mind that what you put in writing stays in writing probably forever, and just be a little smart. We're super online. We're so quick with these instant messaging, but voice memos are great, and so are in-person conversations. You dig me?
She's right. Now, this person said, who doesn't know that?
A lot of people.
You'll be surprised.
A lot of people. Common sense ain't so common.
You'll be surprised. People don't know the depths of what you can see that they do.
I was just about to say that. Even the people that work in tech, still, because data security and cybersecurity are two different worlds. We'll leave it there. Two different worlds. If you don't even know how in there, take me through that these tools can get, you would be a little bit more reckless with things. But yeah. I
also just know simple stuff. Like you see people typing in inappropriate things. They don't know what HR has triggered for like what you see. So like, for example,
that part.
You may not want to say something like text me or something even on Teams because they could feel like you're talking about something work related. Mm-hmm. So things like that can happen and you just never know. And it's not something somebody actively looking for. It's just a trigger and it'll span the alert. Hey, go investigate this.
Or even if you're having inappropriate conversations at work, flirting with a coworker or things like that, there are still, like you said, those trigger words that are outside of their standards of conducts that, that they could potentially have flagged, and they can get an alert every time you say, good morning, beautiful, or, something like that.
Just say good morning to everybody. Honestly, you know what? We need to write that down. Like, find the videos for people talking about men and women being harassed at work and how it happened. Like, those probably like be some funny series and episodes that we can find for that. I got one or two. I feel like both of these are good because the people need to see it because I'm trying to let them get out of here. Let me double check. Yeah, it's two. So this is one I definitely think people need to see when they are looking for a job. And I'll just put it right here.
All right, you ready for this? 90% of the time when I ask a candidate their salary expectations, they just go right ahead and tell me. Or even worse, they tell me what they're currently making. I never ask that question. One, it's illegal in some states. I cannot ask you what you're currently making. I don't care. I truly don't care. That information, though, is lethal in the wrong hands. But because I'm ethical, I just say, oh, you don't need to tell me that information. But candidates love to overshare their current compensation. The 10% of candidates that actually Uno reverse me and say, oh, well, I was curious to know what the budget is for this position. My response to that is I just tell them honestly what the budget is for the position. It's really as simple as that, because what I don't want to do is start off on the wrong foot where there's this mistrust and they're asking me and I'm asking them and they're asking me. I don't want to do the back and forth. I don't have time for that. Also, it's just wrong, right? So I ask you a question and you want to throw it back on me? Fine, I'll go first. Here's the budget of this position.
Throw it back on me.
Is this in alignment with what you're looking for at this current time? That's all.
No, I'm glad she said that. And somebody said I use Glassdoor first. I mean, so you technically can look at a bunch of roles and see what they kind of say they may pay average, but that still may not be what that role is paying. And then you can judge what your research is based on what it's paying and see if you think it's fair. But always see what they are going to pay for the role. Never tell them what you get paid. It has no bearings on the role you're applying to.
Yeah.
It don't matter at all.
It actually doesn't matter.
And sometimes they'll try to lowball you or say, oh, well, you said you was only making $100,000. You'll take 105. 110. It's more than you making now. When the person who didn't tell them what they was making, they got paid $140,000.
That part.
So I always tell them, hey, what's the budget? Before I give you a range, I want to know what are the jobs and duties of this role so I can accurately scale what I believe it's worth. You can do auto stipends. You don't have to give them a number. Let them, I always flip it back on them.
It definitely be like, we should do a skit. Not right now. Immediately, not right now. But we should do a skit. That would be funny. What we typically see people do, and then how to maneuver in that.
Yeah.
Let me find out we finna be doing skits.
We've been supposed to been doing skits.
Oh, okay. Why you look at me like that?
You need to do a skit for your. You need to do a skit for your book.
I do.
You need to do a skit for you. Okay, guys. We got one more for y'all. Also, I need to put a poll in here. But like, what's your ideal runtime for this? I was doing a little bit of looking through my analytics and saw that you guys really liked the stuff that was like a little bit under than 2 hours. And so if you can see here today, I tried to keep it under that, but we had some like minor setbacks a little bit. But I'm going to try to stay under 2 hours for the most part. But if y'all want it to go long, we can go long. And this is the last one. This is one I think people need to see because you always have these people from the government having issues going private, and they don't really understand the landscape of going private.
Okay, most recruiters aren't going to tell you this, but I don't care, so here it goes. If you've spent most of your career working in the public sector, like working for the government or anything like that, and you're looking to transition into private, corporate, it is going to be a little difficult for you because most of the times when hiring managers, recruiters, whoever look at government resumes, they just immediately say, no, it goes into the trash. Because the government just does things differently. The processes are different, the titles are different, the pay is different, and the systems that the government uses are usually proprietary to the government. Sometimes they'll use some out-of-the-box systems in government, but for the most part, they are proprietary to the government. No one on the outside knows how to use them, and that means you as an employee coming into the private sector, you're not going to know how to use the out-of-the-box systems that we use on this side. So there's more training involved, and they just don't want to deal with it. So if you are looking to pivot, I would advise you to have someone take a look at your resume and optimize it for private companies that you'll be applying to.
1,000.
If you need some help, definitely reach out to me. I am offering career consulting services. My link is in my bio. Feel free to book some time with me so that way we can discuss optimizing your resume and getting you, optimized for those type of roles. Hope that helps.
Yeah, no, she's right. And not only that, when it comes to, some person said, well, they should just stay in public and get the pension. There's been people that's had I don't know if they were federal workers, but they might have had like a GovTech type of role with like a contractor that when your boy came into office, messed a lot of that stuff up for them. And so they were finding it hard. Hey, I never touched this. I never did that. Like what the private is looking for what they did. So a lot of times I try to figure out, okay, what did you guys use for this? Or what tool you use for this or this? And see if what is similar to, and a lot of times.
But the gag is that you have to know even about a tool, and I'll leave it there.
You can embellish though. You definitely can embellish. Also,
no, I'm saying you, even you as you're working with them, you even have to know. Okay, what tool were you using, and how can I map that? You have to know about other tools to map it to any tool.
No, that's facts. And then also one of the things. She didn't talk about, we talked about, I don't know if that's what we talked about before camera or what, but we talked about this in the PIP situation. The training part. People from the government sector to private have a hard time understanding that the training or lack of, the training that they would get there where, they literally show them how to do everything, don't really exist much on the private side unless the company has the budget where they actually give you 90 days of training and then you on your actual thing, where some places within 2 days they're expecting you to work. Or expecting you to catch on super fast because they don't have the time for you to be sitting around. So that's another thing of where sometimes it's different. We know in that government sector, it takes a long time for changes to happen, where in private, some organizations is quick.
And that's why companies that have good training, regardless of the industry, those people always get hired. Like Enterprise. Enterprise has amazing training. Those folks get hired anywhere. IBM, great training, especially from the sales space.
Target. Target do got good training.
Dang, you made me forget because you play too much.
You talking about Enterprise Rent-A-Car?
Yeah.
Did you see the Desi Banks had a skit with them?
No.
Talking about how I be working at Enterprise. I'm going to have to show it to you. It's funny. Government often doesn't make turning money around their first party. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times they're understaffed. One of the things we wanted to talk about today was about how I think Trump is like slashing CISA's budget by like $700 million. And we're going to see definitely how that's going to backtrack on them. Or maybe they're going to try to put Mythos in there and see what it's going to do, which I still think is going to be a huge issue. Yeah, somebody said that Desi skit was hilarious. Yeah, we going to, if I had it downloaded, we could watch it. I just don't feel like getting copyright stricken or anything. But yeah, y'all still got time. It's like 6 o'clock here. If you're on the East Coast, it's 7. If you on the West Coast, it's 4 o'clock. So you still got much of your day. But we're gonna get out y'all here. I appreciate y'all. Next week, I want to have the call-in number set up so that way, if y'all ain't scared, y'all can do the call-in and call and ask your things, or we may even just let people just come up. It just depends on like the flow. But leave us your thoughts, leave us your reviews on like how you like the different format. And like I said, we're gonna try to get it even more concise. And we're just trying to cover the hottest topics and not be here for like no 5-hour stream because people got stuff to do. But I appreciate everybody. Until next time, stay textual and we out. Peace.